Hi, good morning, friends. Brian here from Guitars and Cigars. So, I saw the Juno video last night with Rush and was absolutely blown away. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are all giddy like little schoolgirls about the fact that our favorite band is back and touring, or will be touring, I should say. That glimpse of the first performance, I think, told a lot of different things. One, both Alex and Ged look amazing. Obviously, this is one song in a controlled situation, blah, 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 blah. But they were up there doing it. They sounded as good as they ever have, as far as I could see. And I've seen them 30 times live. I went to Toronto to watch them on their 40th tour, which we all know turned out to be Neil's last hurrah. And this performance, I think, really said a lot. A lot about Annika. She put her spin on Neil's parts. I was not watching a cover band at my local bar who was trying to be technically perfect for a Rush album. There were enough changes, a little bit of feel and tempo differences that I saw, heard, felt, which I think is really the greatest part about Rush continuing, that they're not quote unquote trying to be a nostalgia act, because of course they're not going to come out with new music right away. It's going to be based on their catalog, but I think they're going to put enough of a new spin to make this really work. The three of them seem to have a great chemistry. Ged and Alex were reacting to her. She was reacting to them, the situation. The magnitude of this performance had to have been weighing on her specifically, immensely. I mean, arguably, she has stepped into the shoes of, certainly, I would say that one of the top 5 drummers ever to pick up sticks. Is Neil Peart the greatest drummer ever? Some may say yes, some may disagree. I personally think he is definitely in top 5, possibly top 3. That's another discussion for another time. But as a lifelong Rush fan, I got kind of turned on to Rush in about 78. I've talked about this before. My uncle had a humongous record collection, and Hemispheres was in that collection. I, on a Saturday, was staying over at 78. I would have been 9. Popped that record on, and I remember just sitting there trying to figure out what were all these sounds? How is this possible? How do these people do this? And then I found 2112. And then I found Farewell to the Kings. Listened to all 3 of those records in the same night, and I was hooked. Rush was it. Rush has been my all-time favorite band since that point. I have others that certainly are in my top 10, but Rush has continually been my number 1. And I'm sure it's been the same way for many of you. So, in closing, I'm just going to ask this question. As a Rush fan, how did you take this first performance of, for lack of a better way to put it, Rush 2.0? The other part of that question is, do you think it's sacrilege that they've decided to continue, A, as Rush, and B, basically as a nostalgia act, at least currently, no new music has come out? Or do you think they should have just, Rush should have been left as Rush and they could have moved on as, say, Bytor and the Hosers or something else? So I'm just curious. My feeling is I like Rush 2.0. I always felt that if the two of them ever got back together, that they are decent human beings. Their friendship is real. Their friendship with Neil was real. And if they ever did this, they would do it properly. They would not, do anything to disparage the history, the memory of Neil, but figure out a way to continue as a new entity, so to speak. And I think they've accomplished that. That's just my personal opinion. So please drop a comment. Let me know what you think as a Rush fan. I don't want any of you, we'll use a Rush term, excuse me, hosers out there shitting on this post saying, Rush, blah, 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 blah. I want real fans who have seen them live multiple times, who know their catalog, who can recite lyrics, who understands the music, what Rush is. I want comments from you, the real fans. So, all right, thanks very much. Brian here from Guitars and Cigars. I hope everybody has a great day, and Rush is back, my friends.